listening the whole time. What up? What up? What up?
Hola.
Sky and gas prices.
Them
What's up, gang?
motherfuckers. It's ridiculous right now.
Try
you gotta
having a car that has premium.
You gotta
That's
thank your
why
boy
I
Trump.
drive my electric.
That bastard. So we were arguing before we came live, y'all.
As always.
Let's pick it back up and get back into it. Gypsy came in late with an attitude, fussing at us. Me, Sean, and Sham were going at it because it was like we were discussing the dynamics of dating and what parties are responsible for teaching etiquette and communicative practices and engaging with the opposite sex and actually building a healthy foundation in communication and dating. So I think that it ties into the topic of tonight. You like being pursued more than you like being loved. A lot of, and that's men and women, right? I think a lot of people like the chase of dating, but they don't like the actual work to maintain the experience. They like the adrenaline rush, maybe of getting to know a new person, but they don't want to actually put in all that it takes to build something with one person. So they stall it out and then go pursue another person or date another person. Like, either way it goes, y'all got me questioning humanity. Not on top of all this crazy political bullshit.
I'm
all about Debo.
I'm finna put it this way, and a lot of people they call screwing and dating the same thing, and they not the same.
No, we ain't make that mistake.
Like, for real.
But then people also get dating
just because y'all having sex.
But people also mix up dating and being in a relationship, because folks, there's this very big misconception that I see on social media all the time, where people are saying people are playing games because they're dating multiple people. Baby, dating is just dating. Until I say I'm exclusive with you,
man,
listen.
Even being exclusive doesn't necessarily mean you're in a relationship. I'm just
and that's true too.
Dating you. That's all.
No, there's a guy that I really like. Like, we clicked. We were vibing. We joked about it after. It was like, damn, we're like 98% fucking perfect for each other. But because he was more of I date one person at a time, and I'm more of I'm going to date until we have a conversation of exclusivity and monogamy in a relationship. And that don't mean I'm sleeping with anybody. But I'm not just gonna be sitting at home waiting for you to call me when you have time until we're in something, right? And like us having that conversation, me just being open and honest, like really threw off that entire experience and messed it up. I was really sad about that. Like,
oh yeah, I remember you posting about that.
But you know what? You know what? Everybody wants what they want until, okay, if that's the game we playing, I can play it better. But then when it happens, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Hey, but then I think if we go back, since I'm the youngest in the room, I can say this. I can go back last 10 years. Hell, for the last 10 years I've been married. But
then your ass better not have been dating. You gonna have some explaining to do.
No, I can easily explain that. Which is easy to explain, but I ain't gonna. We not going there tonight. That's a different conversation for a whole different rabbit hole.
My bad.
But my bad. Generally speaking, when I was just dating at 15 and 16 and 17 and 18, I realized everybody think dating means I'm only talking to this one person. I'm like,
Right.
that ain't the meaning. I'm like, do we need to start pulling out the thesauruses in the dictionary?
Well, my thing is
Right.
this. I think that it means something different for everybody. And that's why I think everybody needs to be having the conversation. Because over here, I may have interpreted it one way, and over here, I may interpret it a different way based on how I'm engaging with you, right? So that's why I think two grown people, and if they're more, whoever is involved, need to be able to sit down and have the conversations. But also don't assume that just because you think it has to be this way means that it will be that way. Like, we are all adults, we're all individuals, and we all go about getting our needs met, right? So I really believe, I know a lot of people have an issue with that, especially guys and some stodgy women. But I genuinely believe that women benefit when they date more than one person, because it gives you the ability to see the personality, to see how you engage with them, to see how you feel. Where do you feel safe? Who do you align with? Where does your nervous system settle? Like, all the things that we think through, and you're able to compare and contrast instead of, I like him, he likes me, we're going to date. And then a year later, you're like, damn,
I don't like
it.
this, or this.
Right. Whereas if you took your time and dated different people before you just jumped into something solo, it gives you the ability to compare and contrast and really make a mature decision on what works better for you. And you can choose that person, and hopefully they'll choose you too. Men should be doing the same thing. But
you know what it is? Men want to date multiple people, but they don't want women to date multiple people. And it's like, well, too bad. Sorry.
Well, I think that ties into the conversation men be trying to justify. We can fuck everybody, but women can only get that. Oh, I hate this.
I ain't justifying that shit on no day. Everybody can fuck who they want to.
That's not always the case. So the thing is, and this is for a lot of men are not emotionally there where they can handle that because of their ego.
Right. So, Sean, let me ask you, I don't know if we've ever just talked about this on here, but I've had guys try to justify this to me when we talk about it by throwing this out there. Well, how many how many times can a woman get pregnant in a year? How many kids can she have? I said, well, a woman could technically get pregnant twice in a year. She could carry a baby to full term and birth that baby and then get pregnant again. What the fuck is your point? Well, men can get as many women pregnant as they want, be fruitful and multiply. That's why it makes sense for men to date multiple people, but women needs to have one man. And when they say that to me, I'm like, do y'all have a secret club that meets on Tuesday nights and talk about this dumb shit? Because
they call it
that's the red pill.
They call it. Nah, fuck that. I hate that dumbass shit. The red pill, blue pill. Get the fuck out of here with that. You saw some shit in the movie. Now you want to apply that shit to anything and everything that you don't agree. Get the fuck out of here. That is, we gonna call a spade a spade. That's some bullshit.
Both ways, because like, come on, man. My thing, you know what?
What?
And to me, this goes back past all of us. This goes back to the very beginning of mankind. For some odd reason, which is to me is the same both ways. Everybody's body is a temple. And what you do with said temple is your choice.
Your business.
And like this new conversation of body count. I don't give a fuck what your body count is.
Doesn't matter. I saw the video you said I couldn't. If you get it to download it, send it so I can add it on the screen and we can watch it, but I couldn't grab it. But I think that is what the fuck does it matter? First of all, can your ego take it if I tell you a true number, whether it's a high or a low number? Can you deal with whatever it is and not judge me? No, so don't fucking ask it.
Most men can't. Now, if you are an emotionally adjusted man, then you don't give a fuck. That's not even something. And so it is because you gotta look at it because there's two different things going on here. Some men don't want to know because they know they can't handle it, and some men don't want to know because they don't give a fuck what your body count is.
Right.
And even if you tell them you got a high body count, they still want to be like, so that just means you got more experience. That's more fun for me. But that's somebody that's emotionally adjusted.
Well, my thing is, like I said, it doesn't even matter if it's a high or low number. So that's why I said, can you handle it ego-wise, whether it's a high or low number? Because for some men, if you slept with more than one person, they're gonna have a whole fucking come apart. Nigga, how many have you slept with? And you're judging this one chick because she slept with 2 people or 3 people or 4, maybe 10. Like, stop
And
playing.
usually, and in my experience, the ones that's usually got a problem with it is the ones around here with 50, 11 fucking kids running around.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you got fucking 10 baby mamas and 28 goddamn kids. Please have a seat some fucking where.
Now
Like,
that's not
you
always
like
the
Ray
case
J
though.
bragging about having, how many people did Ray J say he had sex with and his ass broke the fuck down and can't even afford his medical bills? Like, this shit ain't cute at all.
I mean, you know, Raycon didn't blow up the way he thought it would. But anyway, but anyway, that's not necessary because I know cats that they they don't want to know the body count because their ego just can't take it, and they ain't got no 50, 11 million kids.
Mm-hmm.
They just can't handle it.
Conversation to be had too. What is? I be want to know because I sit amongst. I have a wide variety of guys that I associate with. Some of them are actually my friends, but most of them, the others, are friends of other people that I know. And I've noticed
Hold on one second. Hey, Dale, hop on in and tell us what you're thinking about tonight's topic. Yeah, it is going to be a great conversation. Now, what were you saying, Sean?
My biggest question is, and this is for Sean, because Sean gonna have to be the only one that can answer this. Why do we have such fragile damn egos?
It's because of what society drills into us. And so unless you step out of those society norms, because society tells you, oh, you're supposed to be the biggest player, but your woman is supposed to be pure and pristine.
Well, who the fuck you playing with then?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Oh, unless you playing with
and that's the question. So not your wife that like they used to do.
Hold on, wait, Sean, wait. I gotta address that shit. Cause everything ain't gay, god damn it. Why women try to make anything gay? Like, oh,
I didn't say that. What did you I said unless you playing with the fellas. Right.
Everything ain't gay.
Well, it ain't. You may not be playing with the fellas, but some of them are out there playing with the fellas.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know nothing about that.
I got a question. What the fuck is the problem with it? Because some of the women out here playing with the women, ain't nobody complaining about that shit.
Don't lie about it though.
Give
me a choice. Give me a choice. If you want to be bisexual, trisexual, or fuck everybody sexual, then let me know. Don't blindly do that. Don't not give me a choice because that will have you with some slow singing and flower bringing.
And I get what you're saying, but let me go ahead and back to what Sean said. Let's go back to it. Society fucked that up because now you got men who actually, and I can probably agree. I'm sure Sean can agree with me on this. We grown ass men. As a grown ass man, why is it gay for you to take care of your damn self?
Yeah,
and that's why I said everything ain't gay. Because I saw this shit where this woman was like, if a man had sex with multiple women, he gay. The fuck? No. How does that make sense?
That does not make sense.
I'm convinced now that people are just saying shit because they want to go viral.
People are saying
shit because it's antagonistic and they know people are gonna get in the comments and fight with them and argue with them because everybody's trying to get they check on their engagement. And it's like, okay, you stupid. You just real stupid.
Because I'm just like, what? Like the like you said, the Kev, I don't know if we talked about it, the Kev Live situation where they called this man gay for going to the damn doctor. Are you kidding me?
What happened?
You know how many grown ass men right here dying from testicular
need
cancer?
To go to the doctor.
I didn't hear about that, but that's crazy as hell, and that's ignorant. Like,
you know how many grown ass
I'm with Gypsy that I don't. Well, I'm between Gypsy and Sean. Sean, I agree with you because everything about gay or anything else, I don't give a fuck who you fucking. I mind my business and I drink my water. Okay. That being said, I agree with Gypsy because there are a lot of people that are on the down low that are hiding in the closet, whether they man or woman or non-binary or what have you. And we're talking about people's health. If you're gonna be dipping and skipping and sliding and everything and everybody, you need to tell the person that you're doing it with or persons that you're doing it with so that they can protect themselves.
Yeah.
It's off topic, but in topic with this. Have y'all heard? I forget what they call it. And funny part, because the lady's video that I saw, she was like, I worked in a methadone clinic and saw this. And I had to laugh because I was like, yeah, goddamn, that's where I found out about it too, when I worked in a methadone clinic. So there's a group of people, and forgive me, because again, I can't think of the name, but they like contracting STDs and diseases and STIs. And they will talk, yes, they will talk to each other.
I need a screenshot of Sean's face.
They will talk to each other and be like, what you got? Well, and they will compile lists of, I got this, they got, and they will sleep with each other so that they can contract whatever that STI, STD, or illness is, whether it's AIDS, HIV, gonorrhea,
that's a new level of fucking dirty dog.
And it's because they say they like the feeling of the burn and the scabs and the lumps, and it's crazy as fuck. Listen, and this is why I'm saying people need to disclose, because one, we can go get tested together today and show clean, and next week something could pop off because your immune system is compromised and it finally starts to react to something. A lot of things can lie dormant and you can be asymptomatic for months, weeks, years, decades. You understand what I'm saying?
Say a lot of people have herpes and don't know it.
Don't know it. It's a large percent of the population. That's why this whole thing, when everybody be like, oh, it's just a cold sore, bitch, that's fucking herpes. You don't need to be around and sucking nobody dick and licking on everybody. Go sit the fuck down. Like,
and this is my...
That's a problem. Wait a minute. Dale said, never, ever ask about body count. You're not going to like the answer unless it's 0. Exactly.
But my question is, why? What is so fragile? Like, what the fuck are we
because
nuns around this bitch? I don't
know. I'm going to tell you what I think it is, Sean. Nobody wants to feel like they're being compared to your past.
Please compare me. And see, I guess that's me. Please tell me what the fuck I'm doing wrong, so I can do it right and or better.
And I'm not trying to sound like I'm just arrogant, but I ain't never slept with my man and been like, damn, I wonder if she's thinking about Sherry. Fuck Sherry, because according to me, I'm the best pussy in the world. Like, you ain't gonna never convince me otherwise.
My thing is, I don't give a fuck. I'm about to come in there and destroy you. Fuck all them other niggas.
And even if I'm not destroying you,
you're gonna be intimate with somebody. Like, according to me, in my mind, and you will never convince me otherwise. Ain't nobody good as me. I don't give a fuck what tricks they was turning and what they were doing, and I may never do any of it.
But that's
usually
the answer. That's usually the answer. It's an insecurity within themselves about their own performance. It's performance insecurity. That's why they don't want to know your real answer.
But that's why I said it's society that puts that pressure on. And no, I mean, me personally, I'm not going to ask you because, like I said, I don't give a fuck. But if she brings it up, shit, I'll talk about it. I don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say whatever your number is. I don't. But that's just like. Care.
So well, I got 2 kids, so you know I fucked at least twice.
That's like me going back. Let's go back to the topic. That's like people who are actually dating, but you don't want to talk about your last relationship.
Well, so there is a thin line between that because you don't want to be getting to know somebody and all they keep doing is bringing up their past fucking relationship that they just got out of or whatever. Like they might have been out of it for 3 years and y'all talking, they ain't fuck with nobody else, but then they keep talking about, oh, this person did this person did that, they treated me this way. You don't want to keep just talking about that shit.
Right.
But at the same,
I want to have a conversation. If it ended,
that's what I'm saying. at the same time, you can have a healthy conversation about it, but you don't want that to be the main topic of everything that is happening and what's affecting you. And I'm this way because of that. And it's like, because now I'm like, oh well, shit. All right, cool. You go ahead and work that out, and I'm gonna keep it moving.
Well, that's to me like to me it's in the same vein of what do you bring to the table. So this real life happened to me. I'm gonna tell y'all about this. Y'all can tell me what you think. My friend told me I'm cold blooded. Hey Nadina, she said too many men ask and get their feelings hurt when they get the truth. Facts. And some women get their feelings hurt too. But listen, so this real life happened to me recently. This guy had been trying to talk to me for a minute, and our schedules just didn't line up for us to get on the phone and talk in depth. And so finally, we had a conversation, and we ended up on the phone for about an hour and a half. And that's fine. Like that was a lot for me that day. But I was like, okay, he's putting forth the effort. I'm gonna try to meet him where he's at and be open, right? Anyway, there were several things that kept happening through the conversation that were a turn off for me. What's that look, Sean?
Because I was hearing something in the background. I was wondering what that was.
I think it's Gypsy's background.
Yeah, because some people don't realize that I'm on daggone air and they yelling.
Oh,
so you need to put your mama pants on and be like, shut the fuck up. I'm on live.
I'm on the goddamn phone. What's my favorite? I'm gonna beat your ass when I get out.
No, y'all know how we do that look. But so to get back on track, there were different things that happened in the conversation that I was taking note of, and I was kind of like, okay. But because I know my friends tell me all the time I can be cold, I try to check it and I try to make sure I don't just jump to automatically hardcore boundaries block. So anyway, I had a training this particular day. Matter of fact, this was last Tuesday. So I had a training that day. I had to be at the training at 6:30. So I was up at like 4, right? And that's not early for me because I usually will wake up during that time, but there's a difference in being awake and being up and moving and getting shit done at that time, right? So anyway, on training days, they're long, they're emotional, they're draining, they're taxing because I'm trying to command the attention of a room full of people and get shit done, right?
And not look crazy while doing it.
Okay, let's add to that another layer of all the political shit going on. And in this particular training, I was the only female in the room. I was the only woman in the room. I was the only lady in the room. Take that how you want to take it. And there was only one other Black person in the room, okay? Ooh. So there are a lot of different things that go into me walking into a room and being able to navigate that experience, right? So that gives you the emotional context. He had called me several times that day, and I texted him back and was like, hey, I'm in training. I'm going to have to get with you when I'm done. So I finally did call him back. We get on the phone, and for the first 30, 40 minutes or so, hey, Alicia, let me pause and give a quick commercial break. We're going to shout out Miss Alicia and her sister. They have blessed hands when it comes to creating adult beverages and snacks and foods. Okay, so if you partake in edibles and all the things, make sure that you contact us if you want their information, and we will gladly share it with you because Alicia and her sister is the truth. Okay, that being said, back from the commercial break. So the guy's talking, we're laughing, and I'm like, okay, he's making me laugh. This is good. I like this. He's sharing different things about himself that I kind of like. But I keep trying to end the conversation like, hey, I'm honestly a little tired. Like, it's been a long day. I told you I had training. Let me just ask you one more question. And he kept doing that. Let me just say one more thing.
Oh, man.
And so he kept doing that. So I'm like, okay, I'm already paying attention. One, you're not respecting my boundaries because I'm trying to be polite about it. But you, yeah. So finally I said to him, you ever heard the saying, sometimes you got to know how to read the room? And he was like, yeah, what you mean? I said, because I told you multiple times I had training today. And I didn't want to not answer the phone because you really have been trying to get in touch with me and talk to me, but I'm mentally wiped out. And you've taken this conversation from being funny and lighthearted to like serious, because he wanted to talk about all this relationship type shit. So at one point I said, dude, we don't know each other. Like this the first conversation. Yes. Okay. So Miss Alicia, I might have just got you a customer because somebody texted me like, yo, yes, ma'am. Yes. If you need her contact information, get at me because they're good. Anyway, back from commercial break. So I tell him, I'm like, I don't have the emotional energy available to dive deeper into where you're trying to go right now. Can we table that for another conversation another day? Like, I'm more than happy to talk to you about whatever. Well, I'm just feeling like if you get the hard stuff out the way in the beginning, it just makes it easier to get to know a person. I said, I'm not denying that, and I wholeheartedly agree. But dude, it's
today
like,
ain't the day for that shit.
Right. I said, it's like 5 o'clock, and I told you I've been up since 4 o'clock. I've been on my feet in training for 6.5 hours. I'm spent. And I've given you everything I had to give you in this conversation. I gotta go now. No, let me ask you one more question. So then he segues and he turns it to I could tell where he was trying to go. And the question I knew he wanted to ask was, what do you bring to the table? He kept him-hawing and going around it. And finally he asked it. I said, I'm going to tell you that I don't answer the question. He was like, what do you mean? I said, I've never really had a lot of guys ask me that question. So it's not like I've had a lot of practice. But what I can say is the people that I've been in long-term relationships with, the person that I chose to marry, the successful relationships that I've had, none of them asked me what I was bringing to the table. None of them gave a fuck about where I worked and how much money I made. None of them asked me those type of things. And I said, I'm not saying it's a bad question, but I am saying
a dumbass question.
I don't answer the question because if a man asks me that, for me, it helps me to recognize these things are not the same. He doesn't belong in the group of people that I'm used to dating and have found my alignment with. And he was like, well, I just feel that he kept going. And I was like, so you gonna try to force me to answer the question? And then he kept pushing. And finally I said, pause. I said, I'm done and I'm checking out because you don't went from combative to condescending. So we can go ahead and hit the eject button on this. And he got upset. Click. Because who the fuck is he talking to?
He'd have been talking to Tone after I would have politely told him the first time. Now, and then the second time, okay, look, I'm sorry, I gotta go, and you still want to talk? You talking to Tone?
You know what? That's when I miss the house phone because there's nothing like a good
slam in their ear. Ooh, baby.
And see, I be trying to, because I understand guys are always talking about, man, y'all don't understand what it feels like to be rejected and blah blah blah. So in my mind, I'm trying to be more compassionate because my typical response is, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Bye, and hang up.
But see, here's the problem.
You can't be
compassionate with dumbasses.
Facts. Because I'm like, dude, you done bypass my boundaries. You don't know how to read the fucking room. And I said, you don't even know how to have an adult conversation before I hung up on him. Like before we got to that point, he said, why? I said, because you told me in the beginning of the conversation, don't get upset if I cut you off. It's just that I want to respond to something you say before I forget it. I said, okay, that's one thing. I said, but dude, I can't even finish a sentence before you're cutting me off and trying to tell me what you think I was going to say or respond to something I said. I said, aren't you exhausted? Like in your own head?
I hate having conversations with those type of people, especially women. In I can only speak from my experience, but it does happen a lot when you're trying to, talk to women and you're trying to talk to them and you say something, but you're trying to make a statement, but you say one thing and then they just run off and keep talking. It's like, yo, like I can't even say the fuck I want, but then they get mad when you don't want to fuck with them no more.
Right. Like he got a whole attitude when I was like, sir, you went from combative because now you're condescending because you're talking to me like I'm too. No, I'm done. And like I said, the only reason it went that long is because in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, Jay, everybody always telling you how you just cold-blooded with it. So lengthen the fuse. Don't be so quick to block. Relax it a little bit. Give people a chance. And then I always hear all the guys be like, oh, you don't know what it feels like to get rejected. Y'all women just don't care. So I'm trying, but I'm like, no.
Getting rejected is part of the course.
Right, we all grown. Shit happens.
Well, that's because
I'm me, but I've been rejected before. Like,
Right?
Right.
well,
I heard him get
that's
rejected by my own damn
this
wife
is
at
what it
times.
is. It's about society has given everybody a fucking participation trophy. So don't nobody know how to lose.
That part. And I will say this: what I told my friend, I was having a conversation with somebody recently, and I said one of the most dangerous things that we as women have to navigate in dating and in relationships is the man that feels like a woman is his prize, right? There are those men that feel like they can demand access to a woman. They are owed access to a woman, whether it's your time, whether it's sex and your body, whether it's your emotional labor, whatever it is. Those are dangerous people, because those are the people that will rape you. Those are the people that will assault you. Those are the people that will keep pushing your boundaries when you tell them something, and keep overwhelming you with emotions and information. They'll emotionally dump on you for you to process it and save them, right? Because why is it that, and we and people talk about this all the time, but why is it that society as a whole will say lady's wrong because she shouldn't have worn that? Well, you shouldn't have said that to him. Well, you shouldn't have gone there with him. Instead of teaching their boys and their men, don't put your fucking hands on people that don't belong to you. And don't nobody belong to you but yourself is the point. You got what I'm saying? If you need to do something with your hands, go to fucking the bathroom and jack it off. But you shouldn't feel like you have the right to put your hands on everybody. No. What's funny, Gypsy? What is so funny?
Says the one that rubs on her microphone the way she do. But okay.
Hey. But I agree with it. And see, but here's the thing though. That is a problem on both sides of the fence. Mm-hmm. And nobody is talking about it. Us men go through a lot of shit that we don't speak on.
Mm-hmm.
And there are women out here who truly feel the same way as some of these piggy, egotistical fucking men that really think they are old. And see, for women, it goes just not even just beyond men's body. They think they're owed their fucking paychecks and shit. Bitch, I don't want to work.
That too.
I don't want to have to sit there and smile in that motherfucker face and not fucking throttle the shit out of and not rearrange his shit. I'm the one out here sacrificing, but you expect I'm supposed to freely give, but then you get mad when I'm like, okay, so what the hell am I getting in return? Because your conversation come free.
Facts. I'm glad you said that, because I think the word provider and the conversation around dating provider type men or marrying provider type men is so weaponized at this point, right? So I can look back at my dating history and recognize, and my ex-husband, I recognize that I have dated a certain type of man based on my emotional needs, where I was in life, because they all look, I've dated the rainbow, all black men, but they're all different heights, weights, looks, all of that, but they have very distinctive things in common, right? That drew me to them. And because I'm more sapiosexual, I am engaged with the mind first, and then all the other things can follow. That being said, I also recognize, like, when people ask me, why do I date provider men? I said, because that's all I've ever dated. That wasn't something I woke up one day and went looking for. It literally is the thing that I have always experienced, from my first long-term relationship at 17 to all the way up to now at 46. There were very distinctive characteristics that they all possess, and that was one of them. So I was explaining this to a guy recently, and I said, if that's who I've always dated, and that part of the experience has always been good and safe and powerful, why would I change that and make myself expect something different from someone else? That doesn't mean that man has to come in and pay all my bills and prove to me that he's my man whore and do all this stuff. No, but there are certain qualities. Now, let me also be clear to say that in my mind, being a provider is not solely about stepping in and paying some bills. I'll give you an example. My ex-partner and I, we talk about this a lot because we're still, I would say, friends now, right? It took a lot of healing on both of our parts that we actively participated in, but we're still friends and look out for each other, have each other's back. If I call him right now and say, I need you because whatever, guess who finna show up and handle it? Because he knows that he probably never will call because he that type of dude. But if he did call, guess who finna go? Jay, because I know he's got the same love for me. Provider is about shelter. It's about safety. It's about nervous system settling. It's not just about a man stepping in and paying bills. Is that if I call you and I say, you know what, today is a really hard day, and this is real life. I used to do this. Today is a really hard day. I just need a hug. Where are you? And he tell me where it was, and I would get in my car and go to him, and he would just stop what he was doing and hug me. Like, to me, you understand? So it's different for every person, but we can't be afraid to talk about that and break it down and digest it just because of that one word. Like, the word is weaponized. That's my thoughts.
That's funny that you use that example, because that particular example is one funny. Not even 5 minutes before we got on here, my wife did that. She was at work. I'm in the house. She at work. I get a text. Come to my office. What do you want? I just need a hug. Or I kid you not, she will do, like, for instance, I go to work in the morning. I go to work on Tuesday. When I go to work on Tuesday, yes, I'm back in the city, but I don't get to come home again until Sunday. So there are times where she will interrupt her sleep. She'll text me and be like, hey, when you get back, come, because I can pass by the house to get back on the interstate to go to work. She was like, wake me up and let me know, because I just need a hug. I'm like, girl, it's 4 o'clock in the damn morning.
And we don't give a damn.
She don't give a fuck. Her and the dog, they coming. Because I can't bring the truck in the neighborhood, but she can meet me at the edge of the neighborhood, and she means just that. As a protector and provider, man, that means a lot to me, because number one, that means you're safe with me. You're safe enough emotionally to be vulnerable with me.
Exactly.
And show me and tell me what I need. I might not be able to fix whatever the problem is, but I can ease your tension just by giving you a hug.
Facts.
But that's where I go back to what I said earlier. Somebody got to start having the conversations of explaining the definitions of these very loosely used as terms.
Well,
People
I want to
say
give the definition of
and the first thing that comes to folks' mind is money.
Well, I want to give the definition of provider because I looked it up. Ashawn, I want you to kick in first.
You can't do that, because different shit means different shit to different people.
But that's why you have to talk about it.
That part.
Talking about, look, if you believe I'm guilty, ain't nothing I can say that's going to change your mind.
No, you don't argue with a lunatic.
No. If you believe, and it don't matter what it is, whatever your thought process is, if that's what you believe, ain't nothing anybody can say that's going to change your mind. And that's just the facts.
Let me say, I can agree with you, but I also disagree with you. I think there are people out here, and I'm saying this because at 29, I am still in a place in my life where I want to be educated. So if I got the definition or I got the game wrong from an older cat like you, I want to sit down and listen to what you got to say. I want to sit down and hear you when you say, nah, what a protector and a provider is this.
But you're open to that. A lot of people, that's why I made the statement I made, because a lot of people, they are in their thought process, and that's fucking it. Now, trust me, when you have a conversation with somebody, you can tell if they were open and receptive to receiving information.
They checked out.
By all means, provide them with that information. But if they not, and you could tell by talking to them, be like, okay, I'm gonna let you live where you at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I said you don't argue with a lunatic. Like, they're never going to change their mind. You're never going to get them to see your point of view because they are baked in on what they think and everything else is wrong. But I do agree with what both of you are saying when a person is open. And again, there's never going to be one definition, but by people talking about it, if I were to say, well, this is what this looks like to me, it may help another woman to, okay, well, I like that. I don't like that. That makes sense. This works, to think through it for herself in order to figure out what is she looking for? How does she communicate that to the person that she's talking to, right? But let me jump back because I want to give the definition of this word. Provider, a noun, one who supplies a means of subsistence, one that makes something such as a service available, one who provides, furnishes, or supplies, one who procures what is wanted. So again, I think people zone in and they weaponize it and they turn it into this thing that is just about financial support or money or taking advantage of a man or being a gold digger or being a sugar mom or being a sugar daddy or a splendor baby or whatever. But it means something different to every person. And for me, it is about the overall experience that I believe that you are bringing into connection with me and that I am bringing into connection with you. Am I used to men that pay bills? Yes. But I'm also used to men that fix shit on my house. I'm also used to men that we work out together. I'm used to if I call and say I need a hug because today was long as fuck and my nervous system is rattling around, I need a bear hug. They're finna come or I'm finna go and they're just gonna squeeze me and hold me tight to help me ground. Like provision, and I see you, Sean, why you got the church finger up? Provision is different for every person, but we got to be fucking grown-ups and talk about this shit and not just be fucking people and then being mad because that we thought they was gonna get it through osmosis and they didn't. Like,
Right.
that's crazy.
Because I got ADHD, so long as I had that finger up, the thought was still rolling in my mind.
I'm so with you. I knew that's what you were doing. You'd be like,
but you know what? And this is the funny thing because I've seen it on social media. For those of my stupid young generation, they go back. I see why people don't understand the meaning of provider because the first thing they go in their mind back to is them great grandparents from the 60s and 70s and the 50s that all he did was give a damn check because he was emotionally unavailable.
and he was out
All
there
he
holding
did
head
was
like
slam dick and give a check.
Yeah.
That's it. He brought home the bacon and he brought home that dick. That's all he had for grandma.
Right. And side
Yeah.
note, we talk about the fucking moo-moos, baby. Everybody be like, "Oh, that's how grandma had all them damn kids because she had on that moo-moo."
No. You don't know what the hell grandma was putting up with.
No, grandma had on a moo-moo because she was hot as fuck going through premenopause, and her coochie was hot, and she was trying to breathe. Like,
And grandma had on a moo-moo because back in the day they ain't have central heating, and now they ain't had none of them goddamn window units.
Like, let's stop romanticizing this shit and just be honest about some of the things that they was going through.
Hey, let a motherfucker live in their fantasy. Damn it. If you find a moo attractive, you find it attractive. Shit.
I don't give a damn what she got on, because 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna be on her by the time I get through.
And that's all I'm saying. I love a good moo-moo. Got plenty of them. But again, based on your experience, so y'all, real talk. I remember having this conversation with a friend of mine about 5 or 6 years ago. And she was asking me, well, what do you do to turn your man on? I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, like, do you dress up? Do you, what do you do? I said, I don't do nothing. She said, well, how do y'all be getting it in? I said,
bitch, I won't die.
Like, that's literally what
I breathe on his ass.
Let me give you some hints, because although he may want it all the time, you know, some things you can do to make it exciting is
that wasn't my point. Let me
I know that wasn't your point, but I want to put that out there because I don't want women just to think all I do is show up, because he still want to hit it, but at the same time, you know, if you find some sexy lingerie, like especially a crotchless thong, that works wonders. You know what I'm saying?
But then
I'm just saying.
You can know
but
then at the same time, men give off the misinterpretation that women don't have to do shit for them to want it. That's another problem. Again, we have to do better at being vocal.
it's not that we give off that. It's just that because of societal norms, we usually just coming in and just play, all right, give me some pussy.
And then they may, or they be like, nah, you got to, because women be like, nah, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do. And you like, God, fuck it, I just go use my hand because that's too much motherfucking work sometimes.
So let me jump back in here and say that in that conversation, the reason I kept asking her, well, what do you mean? Because I do recognize that I oversimplify.
Just know I hate you.
I do recognize that I oversimplify some things, and I do recognize my mind work a little different. Okay. But I really was trying to ask her, like, well, I was so confused. Like, what do you mean? What do you do? What do you, I don't understand. Do you not know what, huh? Because we big grown. And she was like, well, I'm just trying to figure. I said, have you asked them? Like, did you start there? Because we all big grown. Girl, if you don't put your big girl panties on and go ask him a fucking question, what turns you on? What do you like? Can I play hide and seek with your body and figure out where you respond? Like, God damn it, go be fun. But so she turned it back on me. And my point is, she was like, no, but for real, what do you do to turn him on? I said, walk in front of him.
I mean,
because
but
that's the connection that we had. And
no, I understand it, but exactly, everybody don't have that connection. So that's why I was saying what I was saying. Because sometimes, you can read one of those. Now the last one I knew about, I don't know who out now, but like Zane, like a Zane book, like read that to each other. And while you reading that to each other, y'all doing shit to each other. Like you could do shit like that, like. Because everything don't work for everyone. So just be saying, "Oh, I walk in front." What do you mean? Like, okay, that works for you.
Well, and the reason I keep emphasizing that, I want to be clear. So let me flip it and say it this way. I am the most unserious person when it comes to flirting. I don't feel like I know how to flirt, but everybody that's around me is like, Jay, did you not just see yourself? And I'd be like, what? If I tried, I could not teach you how to flirt. But because it's just something that exists in me, and so when I'm with my person and I'm attracted to them and I want them and I'm feeling like it's something that's natural and it happens. Point blank, we tried this experiment. He and I, my ex-partner years ago, because I'm talking about him. He was in the kitchen fixing a light or something for me, standing up on the ladder. I wanted him to do something for me. So I was being real sweet. And so once he said he would do it, I was like, okay. And I went on about my business. And so he was like, wait a minute, do that walk again. And I was like, wait, what? I couldn't replicate it. Like, if you had told me it had to save my life, I couldn't have done it again, right? Because it comes out when it comes out. And all I'm saying is, when you get to a point of transparency with a person, when you get to a point of honesty with a person, that is what makes the sex so much better. That's what makes it funner. That's what makes it easier to have those conversations and be yourself, whether it's getting naked, whether it's dressing up like a vampire or a cheerleader or a French maid or a dominatrix or whatever the fuck you want to be because you found a new Halloween costume. God damn it, reinforce the chandelier and swing from that bitch. Like, whatever it is you're trying to do it becomes so much more powerful when we're actually talking. The fucking after the talking.
No, that is true. That is true. But a lot of people don't know how to broach those conversations.
And we should not be fucking.
But see, that's what works for you.
But I guess
if you can't talk to the person about, hold on now, if you can't talk to the person that you're supposed to be sleeping with about what turns you on and off, then you don't need to be sleeping with them.
I agree with you.
That's not what you said, though.
See, because you're not listening. I agree with you 100%, but everybody's not wired that way. So it can take some steps to get them to that point to be able to open up and talk like that. That's what I'm trying to convey to you. But y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't hear me though.
We're listening to you.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
still
listening
challenging
to
that
you,
and
but we're
saying,
also saying
but
that you should not. But we're listening. No, we're listening, but we're
we
saying
listen
you should
and we
not
don't
be. You
judge.
should not be sleeping with somebody you can't
You
communicate with.
cannot put your shit on somebody else.
Okay, so I feel like it's not that we're trying to put our shit on them and put our standards on them, but we're coming from a mature mindset that says, this is what I'm saying. We are coming from a mature mindset that says, I'm not gonna fuck anybody that I can't have a conversation with.
Exactly. But you know what? That's you.
Love you, Sean. But still,
you can't apply that to every, and that's all I'm trying to convey.
I've been young and dumb before.
Hell, me too. But god
we've
damn,
all been young and dumb. But at some point, as we get older, we should want to do better. Again, I am my most valuable asset. I am fucking priceless. I'm not going to give you access to me if I can't ask you questions and talk to you. That's crazy.
And like I said, that's you. But also, when she asks you that question, that's the response that you would give. You need to talk to him to find out what he likes, what's going to turn him on, but you had to have those open and honest conversations. But everybody mentally and emotionally, they are not there.
Well, that's why I brought it up as an example. Because when she was asking me, I was so thoroughly confused at first. Like, is this a real question? Because I couldn't figure out how we were in our, I think, late 30s, early 40s, whenever she asked me the question. But I was like, how are we this big grown age and you fucking this man and you don't know how to talk? Girl,
but that goes back to
until you go to therapy.
That goes back to the topic.
Yes.
People want to be pursued, but you don't know how to be loved. Everybody know how to be pursued. It's easy to pursue somebody. But
and people want to be chosen, but they don't want to do the work to be kept. Like, how the fuck? You go through all of this to get this person to want you and choose you and pursue you and woo you and court you and date you, but you're not doing the work to actually be a healthy human being to want to be kept.
Or they're not doing, or the person that's doing the pursuing ain't doing the work, a healthy enough human being to keep that person.
True. We all need some fucking therapy.
But when you are used to, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it because it's going to sound fucked up when I say it.
Mediocrity.
Oh, thank you. Stop reading my mind.
I was going to say subpar, but mediocrity. They
the bare minimum.
Exactly. When you used to that and you settle for that, you think that's how things are. You don't know how to go beyond that.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when a person asks, you gotta let them know, like, yo, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I mean, I ain't even going front. I was talking to a friend.
Oh hell.
And
some of your friends, Sean.
They I don't want to say, they kind of behind, but they are because
they're a little slow.
They're slow.
I ain't saying they slow. I'm just saying they didn't have the experiences when they should have had them.
Okay.
They are behind.
They thought they had them.
They real American.
They did a little bit of something here or there, but they didn't have the experiences that they have it now. And now they like, and I'm just explaining to them, like, simple, like, different positions you could do. And they like, oh, no, I never, like, how the fuck you this big age and you ain't never did that? That's crazy. But, well, I take a lot of, I'll take some positions from porn. Like, porn, nigga, fuck porn. You need to try what you, just try anything and see what you like. Fuck trying to say, oh, I'm going to watch some porn and get some pointers. The fuck?
What do we fuck around and get
exactly. No, not
people will turn to that unrealistic shit. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with porn as long as it's consensual, but that shit ain't realistic all the time. Everybody ain't trying to get folded up like no pretzel, spit on, degraded. Like what? No, nigga. Open your mouth and ask her what she like. Open your mouth and ask her what he like.
Some people are, but you
some
don't
people
know.
Even know.
You don't know until you talk about it.
Most people don't know what they like or what they want.
And that's what I'm going, because they don't talk, They don't experience. Every single one of my clients years, when they ask me about this, I say the first thing you need to do is experiment with yourself. You cannot teach another person what pleasure is to you if you don't understand what it is
If you don't know how to pleasure yourself. That's true.
And most people are so conditioned in religiosity, Christianity, spiritualism, whatever, and they're so afraid of breaking those bounds and those chains. And I'm like, well, okay, you can't expect anybody else to meet you here until you meet yourself there.
Period.
The biggest freaks out here is church folk.
Yeah. But
so I don't want to hear none of that dumb shit about religion, because they the biggest freaks.
Man,
they the biggest inappropriate freaks. No. They the biggest inappropriate freaks. That's what
the
they
long skirts be hiding all the secrets. But see, that's why I said, again, for me, when people ask me, well, what do you do? Should I stand there? I ain't got to do a motherfucking thing but stand there. And that sounds arrogant, but here's why that works for me. Because I'm always fucking your mind. If you're mine, I'm always engaging with you in such a way with banter and funny moments and stroking your ego and building you up and nurturing that connection. So when it's time for sex and intimacy and all of that, it's easy to flow into that. Because again, I identify as sapiosexual, meaning stimulate my mind first, everything else follows.
Stimulate your mind, man.
And I do tend to date people that identify the same way, right? So it's easier to have those conversations and get into that space when the mental stimulation is always taking place. But again, a lot of that is communication in the forefront to lead to that space of comfortability with one another. You can't just start fucking from day one and then wake up a year later like, I don't understand why they don't get me. Well, have you talked? Or all you doing is fucking? Like, you can't.
You got to eventually get out of bed.
Right. And going back to what we said, you like being pursued more than loved. A lot of people just like the chase. Whether they're the one being chased or they're the one doing the chase, and they like the adrenaline.
And I think that's why a lot of people cheat.
Yeah, they like the dopamine hit to the brain. And so it's like you're doing all this shit because you need the stimulation instead of going to fucking therapy and working on your shit so that you can settle your nervous system, so that you know how to ground yourself and recognize where you're feeling triggered, where you're feeling overwhelmed, develop coping skills, deal with your family shit, whatever it is, so that you can actually coexist with a person in a healthy space.
Right.
Like I'm convinced there's a lot of people that are together that they shouldn't be together. Take y'all asses on a separate way.
You know that's what happened during COVID.
And it's a lot of people that gave up and they should be together. Wait, what? What you say, Sean?
I said that's why so many of these little fucked up ass badass children out here. I feel bad for this school. This coming up school year, I am terrified for them teachers because see them COVID babies. It's kindergarten time.
They finna start school. Mm-hmm.
And they keep saying them COVID babies different. They hitting them milestones and they
different.
Faster and okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay then.
They different and most of them
I'm different. Yeah.
Most of them are emotionally damaged too. Because I'm gonna tell you something.
Do you understand me?
A lot of a lot of people that I thought were quote unquote happy during COVID. They actually split up. They split up during COVID because they realized they did not like the person that they were with. They were, they had fell into a routine and stuff. And then when COVID forces you to be with somebody that you really only see 2-3 hours a day for real.
When you can't get away from their ass. The truth
comes out. Let me make it worse for you. Try COVID and being in an injury where you bedbound and you're married to somebody that you already knew you didn't like and you knew they didn't like you.
That's hell right there.
Oh, and they might do you like she did Charles in Diarrhea. Look, they might do you like she did Charles in Diary of a Bad Black Woman.
And she did.
Maybe you should go to the kitchen and get yourself something to eat.
And she did. Look, I'm speaking from experience. That was whole triggering right there. Fuck that. Jesus.
But again, this is why I advocate for communication because, and again, I do realize my mind works a little different. But if I can't talk to you about shit, you can't get no pussy. Cause what? I'm not giving you my most valuable asset, and I can't even have a conversation with you. You got to go. And going back to the conversation I said I had last week, that's why I was like, you went from confrontational to antagonistic. No, I will not continue to subject myself to your bullshit. But we got grown ass adults out here that feel like you owe them your emotional labor. No, I don't owe you a fucking thing.
Everybody ain't on that level.
Or you got the bait and switch folks.
Oh God.
You know, you ain't who you supposed to be.
Them is a whole different type of problem.
I mean, that's mostly the case. Most of the time, everybody will send a representative, but that's when you got to be on that level where you could actually talk through it. But a lot of people ain't on that level, so they won't know, and they get caught up.
I cut people off quick.
So I have an associate that I've known for a long time, like 15 years.
And that tells me something that they are associating you to know them that long, but continue.
So every once in a while she'll reach out to me and she'll ask me, like, I got a question about such and such. I'm like, okay, go, what is it? And it's usually a relationship question. Anyway, she was talking to this dude and she really liked him. And she was like, but you know, it's not progressing and blah, blah, blah. And I just point blank told her, stop sucking his dick.
Oh my God.
And she was like, well, why you say that, bitch? Because I know you. I know you pride yourself on being a throat goat. I know you pride yourself on being a knob goblin and being like a runner up to Superhead. Stop sucking his fucking dick. That's what you do. Like, put some boundaries in place, and you don't touch his ass again until y'all have some conversations. And if he's not willing to have conversations with you, take your ass the fuck on somewhere and get some therapy. Like, you sucking a dick and being a throat goat is not the thing that's going to get a man to propose to you or to love you and not cheat on you, baby. You can be the motherfucking throat goblin and they will still cheat if that's what they want to do. No, keep your lips to yourself and start having conversations to actually figure out who this person is before you start trying to use your sexual prowess to control what you want the outcome to be. This is where you keep fucking yourself up at. And like,
and if you know that's not what you want,
and this is where women get the misconception that having a baby is going to keep them.
Right. I'm real with it. Don't ask me the fucking question if you don't want me to tell you what I honestly think. And I told her, I respect you enough and thank you for feeling like I'm safe enough to ask me the question. But bitch, stop putting your lips on him because I know what you're doing because I listen to you. Stop sucking his dick. Don't put nothing else in your mouth. Don't touch nothing else on him until you sit down and have some grown ass conversations.
And if you can't have the conversation,
don't want to do it, fuck him and X him out and block him. Because no matter how
here's the problem, though.
He's not gonna give you what you want if that's not how he sees you.
I do not agree with that message. Please keep sucking dick, ladies. But in the meantime, in between time, have those conversations.
No.
And if that ain't the motherfucker to fuck with, then that's when you start sucking his dick because you start fucking with him. But while you fucking with him, don't stop sucking his dick, goddammit.
Pixie, shut up.
We all need.
Can I flip? I'm gonna flip the coin.
Flip the coin, baby.
Who's to say she ain't the reason they ain't having a conversation?
So I'm basing it on everything she had told me. But so here's the thing. The reason I said stop sucking his dick is because one, I knew that she was doing it trying to be manipulative. I don't give a damn how good you suck it. If he doesn't see you as wifey material, even if he does, but he doesn't feel like he's ready to commit, if he's not who you see him, if you're not who he sees himself settling down with, if he has other problems, whatever it is, you being a head goblin is not going to change his mind. And the flip reverse is true too. If you over here in coochie and you're a master cunnilingus specialist, it don't matter if she don't see you as the person that she wants. Like,
if she don't think you can protect her,
right?
And she don't think you're a provider, and she says, "Yeah, nah."
Eating coochie is not the same as being good in a relationship. That just means you can be a disappointment, and that's it. Like,
but like I said, if that's what you like to do, keep doing it. Don't stop. Just have those conversations, and if you had a conversation, you don't get the answer you want. you stop doing with them and you keep it moving.
Sean just don't want y'all to
shut up.
ahead because he want to cross y'all. That's what that is.
Nah, I mean, I love to get my dick sucked, so I ain't never gonna say don't stop sucking. I ain't never gonna say that shit. And I love to eat pussy, so I ain't never gonna say don't eat no pussy. Nah, the fuck.
I ain't gonna say stop having sex, but what I am gonna say is get your priorities in order.
Well,
And
I think
Stop having sex with the wrong fucking people.
That comes down to a conversation, and you have that conversation when y'all not having sex, so you know if you're gonna keep dealing with that person or not.
Which is why people need to stop falling. Which is why in the effort of pursuit, motherfuckers need to stop falling in bed with people on date number 1, 2, and 3.
Pick up a book.
I mean, if you're a dickmatist, you can't help it. It's gonna happen.
It can, but then at the same time, as big ass grown adults, you got to be able to fuck and talk.
Yes.
And I agree with you 100%. And that's my whole point, that everybody can't discern that.
Well, okay.
And so see, that's again, the problem. We got too many damn grown people walking around here.
No, they're not grown. They just they're
of age.
They're of age, but they're not.
What?
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Because emotionally, mentally, or both,
they're still kids.
Exactly.
Well, and I'm gonna use her as an example again. Here's the thing.
Don't use it too much because then I might have to get her number.
Nigga.
You don't want them problems, obviously.
You don't want them problems. So,
it ain't gonna be no problem. It's gonna be like dick sucking. God damn it.
So use her as an example again. We were having a different conversation one day, and I said something about pussy, and she was like, she kind of flinched a little bit, and I was like, "You good? What's wrong with you?" And she was like, "That word just makes me so uncomfortable." I said, "You just sat here for 20 minutes talking to me about sucking dick, and the word pussy makes you uncomfortable, girl. Go to therapy." Like,
no. Don't go to therapy. Go touch some fucking grass.
I was like, you ain't gotta like the word. You ain't even gotta say the word. But
you tell everybody to go to therapy. But some of these people need to go touch grass.
That too. Because I was like, you just talking about sucking dick for 20 fucking minutes. And this one word makes you uncomfortable. I said, you are not okay. Let me tell you, as somebody who's known you for a long time, you are not okay. Like, how do you reconcile this bullshit in your mind? Well, it just sounds so dirty, bitch. You just sat here for 20 minutes talking to me about something.
It sounds dirty, but you put somebody's dick in your mouth,
right? That's why I'm like,
that you are trusting that they clean.
You know what word makes me feel uncomfortable? Coochie. I hate that shit.
Why?
Because I'm a grown ass man. I want some pussy. Coochie, that's some little girl, little kid shit.
You know the word I don't like, dog? I don't like the word puss. That just sounds diseased.
That sounds like that's a disease.
And I
please put the other S and the Y on that.
I'm like, and also in that conversation, I was telling her, like, it's okay to not like a word, but you had a whole physical reaction to the word. But you just sat here talking about sucking dick. Like, are you okay? And that's what I'm saying. We need to be comfortable talking. We have to desensitize ourselves and get comfortable by actually talking amongst ourselves as friends. This is not something you just jump off the deep end and talk to that
stop playing. That's the problem.
Well, that would be true too. That would be,
But here's the problem. Most of these people don't have friends because they are the problem. See, I can't be friends with a grown ass man that all he talk about is porn.
Come through.
What the fuck are we doing? If all the type of sex you have is based on fucking porn, I am afraid of you because to me, this is just me. To me, that just screams, you're a fucking rapist. That screams you're a predator.
Yep.
Because you can't get no women.
That just screams you are a predator to me. And I'm just like, and don't get me wrong. Hey, even at married, I still have to watch it every now and then. Got to do what you got to do. Because guess what? She ain't in a given mood all the goddamn time.
And the thing is, again, there's nothing inherently wrong with porn. I support porn as long as it's consensual.
But I just create my own and save it for later.
Just I'm like, get comfortable with your person. They can tell you about their body more than anybody else can. They can tell you what positions they like, what they need to hear, what they want you to whisper in their ear, beat on them a little bit with a whip. Like, people can tell you about self. I always tell people, listen, I'm my own PR agent. What the hell, Sean? What's that look for?
I'm like, damn, you out here beating on motherfuckers? Oh shit, let me find out you're a dominatrix and shit.
Not
you
come I mean, you know, she kept on rolling like it was just normal. She just rolled on.
She got a whole hidden closet. You open that bitch up, oh shit.
She got a red room. She got a red room.
No, because I have clients that are in a lifestyle now, right? And so I'm like,
see, dominatrix. She got clients.
Yes. Shut up, Sean. I'm like, make your money, do what you do. But again, we have to get comfortable. Like, if your person like you to spit in their mouth, if somebody says that to me, I'm gonna say no, thank you. We're not gonna fit. But somebody else would be like, shit, open up. Again, we have to be able to communicate these things so that we end up with a person
the nastiest shit you could do.
Girl, you don't spit on me because I'm about to fuck
don't
you up.
Spit on me because I will fuck you.
I mean,
no,
not in your mouth, but
no, period.
I might get a little extra on the coochie. Say yeah.
Period.
No,
that's the nastiest shit ever.
You can pull out. Yeah, pull up some lube. Goddamn it!
Y'all ladies out there, look, listen. You can be here, you can spit on my dick all day long. Shit.
I mean, that's what you're doing when you giving head anyway.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was talking, but they like, no. I'm like, I ain't talking about spitting.
It's the visual of.
I ain't talking about doing.
Right. Like it's a difference when you're just in emotion.
Ain't nobody say how spit on nothing. Like be like. Ain't nobody say that.
Ain't nobody say do the op too.
You know what I'm saying? We just saying, you know, spit on it like
you need a little extra lubrication every now and then.
Nope. If you don't go buy no lube, then you can't. Don't moisten me with no goddamn spit. Are you fucking crazy?
I don't like the taste of lube, so not buying that shit unless it's for some other
goddamn it, use some coconut oil.
You gonna have to do something. You gonna have to do something. But what you not gonna do is fucking lick your finger and then try to wet me up with your fucking licked ass finger.
If a nigga eating your pussy, he shouldn't have to have no lube. I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't using no lube to eat no coochie, and I'm just not.
Let me tell y'all why you may still have to use some lube even though you're eating the coochie. Because it doesn't matter whether a woman is in her 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or whatever. It doesn't matter whether she's peri, pre, post, menopausal, whatever. Our hormonal balances are constantly changing. She could be dehydrated from medication. She could be dehydrated from not drinking enough.
I already goddamn know. That's why I just use a little saliva and keep fucking goddamn.
And so, but my point is, I'm answering what Sean said. Like, why would you have to do that? Because she jumped off. She'll be back. But so the point is, men get it confused and they think just because you're soaking wet in a waterfall on the outside of the vagina doesn't mean that it feels the same way for us on the inside. You got to think about internal lubrication and external lubrication. That's why sometimes, even though you eating the coochie and it may be good and she may be pleased, you still may have to have a little bit more because all of that tissue, to get visual, all of that tissue in this canal needs to be moistened and lubricated. And sometimes her hormonal balance is not
anatomy lesson, man.
And that's why you stick your tongue in there. But hey, if you want the full course,
you do it 360
on Killer Cunnilingus. If you want the full course on Killer Cunnilingus, that's $49.95. Hit me up.
You are funny.
Hey. Okay, again, anatomy. Once we get into this canal, all this tissue needs
and
to
when
be
you sit, when you put that tongue in there, you gonna get all that.
Oh yeah.
You can stick your whole motherfucking face in there, and if she's dry internally, she's still gonna want some lube. That's what y'all be missing.
And slide in.
She ain't gonna need
Looking
that
on.
unless once I'm done. And if we need some after then fine. But I don't want to taste that shit. So hey.
Yeah, and that's why I said we have to be able to have conversations, because a woman can be wet. She can look like Niagara Falls outside, but internally she may still feel dry, and that friction over time with the in and out, in and out, in and out, if y'all see what I'm doing, will start to feel uncomfortable, right? So again, this is why we got to have conversations. We got to be comfortable in our bodies. We have to feel safe and trust the person that we're being intimate with, so that we can talk about this shit.
And but that's the thing, dude. Because if you barring medical conditions, if you have her where you need to have her, the body's going to produce.
Not always.
Okay, I mean that. Hey, that's all I can say.
And this may be a little bit of an overshare, and I don't think my wife is going to care. My wife has autoimmune diseases, so sometimes that it ain't producing.
As I said, outside of med, I said that I stated that before I said what I said.
But my first dummy
It's a lot of
issues, and
but then at that point it's a mental thing, because if you unlock that mental, trust me, as long as there's no medical physical things going on, it's going to float.
Now, I agree with that to the most part, but that's why I said we have to be able to talk about these things, because whether it's the medication that you're taking, whether it's an injury, whether it's a nerve issue, whatever it is,
people ain't mature enough to say that we ain't compatible sexually for some odd ass reason.
And that I don't understand either, because if you're not, then I mean, what the fuck are you doing?
Now then you get married, and now you done signed up for a motherfucking lifetime. Now you wonder why. But people are not honest enough to say that, because and people are like, oh, why did he cheat? Do you really want to know the answer to that? I'm giving it to him
the way he wanted. Because I mean, if you laying there like a dead fish, you're not participating.
And can I clear this misconception up too right quick? Just because he ejaculated does not mean he reached an orgasm.
Very true.
Oh no, that's two different things.
Very true.
And people don't seem to understand that. So just because I got a release don't mean I was satisfied. It just did what I needed to do in that moment.
And trust me, I have faked it on more than one occasion.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with women. Just because her body physically responded and produced some wet doesn't mean, or some juice, whatever you want to call it, doesn't mean.
And that's what that means.
Right.
And that people like, I didn't rape her, she wanted it. No, bitch.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The body will respond, based on stimulus. But again, like, we have to be willing, and this goes back to, you want to be pursued more than being loved, because people like the chase, they like the feeling, but when you get into the actual experience, to love and to be loved, it's different for everybody, but there are some base things that are the same across the gamut. You gotta actually open your motherfucking mouth.
And
you gotta actually communicate.
And I wish people start realizing love is not a feeling, it's a choice.
It's an action every day.
It is a choice that you make consciously every fucking day. And that action and that choice is feeling.
Somebody got a TV on.
It's a whole bunch of stuff.
Gypsy?
Yeah, because I'm trying to watch the news so I can be in the informative state, and we are over time.
I mean, she been distracted the whole time. So.
Yeah, right. Been quiet tonight.
I'm actually trying to do a paper.
Get your ass off of here. Bye.
You know what? I can't be mad because when I was working on them papers, that shit used to have my mind gone. So anyway, as we wrap up again, I still stand on my heel. Like, you can't have a successful, healthy relationship unless you're willing to communicate. You have to get past the feeling of being chased. You have to get past the dopamine hit to the brain or the adrenaline rush of, oh, this person wants me, this person chose me, to actually being able to settle into safety in the experience in order to be loved. And a big part of that comes through communication. What do you like? What do you don't like? Who are you? Tell me about yourself. Like those mundane questions, yes. And then seeing through the levels and the intricacies of the person, the layers of who they are. That comes through time, but it also comes through opening your fucking mouth, right? We can't assume that people are going to get it through osmosis because they done made it this far and didn't learn a motherfucking thing. So clearly osmosis didn't work. Like, and then if they're not willing to learn and be different, stop trying to fucking play Captain Save a hoe. No, bad. Like, we got to stop being out here overperforming and doing shit for people who are not worthy of it. If you can't get them to meet you where you are and to grow together, leave their ass in the dirt where they at. Somebody will come dust them off later, or let their ass just sit there and stew until they're ready to do different. I want women especially to understand this. And I'm not saying that men don't need to learn it because they do too. But I really want women especially to learn this. It's not your motherfucking job to save a grown ass man. But you ain't got to play Captain Save a hoe to get him into a relationship. Choose somebody that is already healthy and doing the work on themselves so that y'all can be healthy together.
Let me say this one thing. Don't try to corner nobody in any type of situation in the middle of sex.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will try to do that, so don't do that. And also, I understand you saying this from a woman's point of view, but yes, from a man's point of view, it's the same damn thing.
Yeah. I get it.
You know, so it's 50-50. You know, men and women, everybody does it. Stop doing that dumb shit. Have conversation. Talk. Learn how to talk. If you don't know how to talk, then talk to somebody not your normal group of friends that you've been around and you've been doing the same damn thing and having conversation with them and still doing the same damn thing. Step out of your shit. Learn how to get outside of your comfort zone, first of all. And that will open up you being able to talk to people and actually being able to have an actual conversation.
I agree with all of that. And who you telling to shut up, Sean?
You talking to the dog.
That part.
I agree with you. It's on both sides, but like I said, and the reason I say that is because I get so many women that come to me and they're like, "Oh, I just want to love him and I just want to help him." Girl, he gotta love himself first. What the fuck are you talking about? And do you love you? Like, we need to start coming together as whole individuals to create a good experience together, not jumping into something expecting that they're going to save us. That's all I want to say.
Why are you making so much noise?
Gypsy, if you got time and you want to read us a poem, you can. If not, we can keep it moving.
Not tonight.
I did get some messages, y'all. They called us out because they was like, "You bitches didn't give us no positions last week or the week before, so we got to get them some positions next week." Because I forgot to tell y'all that ahead of time.
Oh yeah,
they like it when we're recommending the songs in the different positions.
A good position is when you got the woman laying on her side and you take one leg and you put it up on your shoulder and you on your knees and you getting up in there. So she's sideways, but you on your knees and you got the leg on the shoulder.
You getting real deep at that point.
And you getting up in there, that's a great position.
It really
is. Kind of like a modified scissor. I think, like a modified scissor.
You on your knee, it ain't a scissor. Because a scissor, you could do a scissor, trust me. If she grabbed your leg and you grab her leg, dude, you could.
Well, that's why I said it's like a modified scissor. Because one of her, never mind, child.
Y'all make me sick. Hey, I wasn't in a position. Now, if you want a song, I'm basing this off of Jay. It's an icebox where my heart used to be. Because Cause she's so cold. She's so cold. She's so cold.
Oh, so damn bad.
Why people think I'm so mean? Like in my mind, I'm the most amazing, sweetest person. But like 90% of the people around me be like, Jay, you mean as fuck. And I'm like,
When your birthday again?
December 13th,
December.
baby. I'm a whole
Fucking
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Yes, we are the
She
truth.
is mean as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me personally, I don't put nothing into nothing about that.
You ain't got to, because we still believe it. Boom.
No, I mean, if y'all did a whole zodiac shit, fine, that's cool.
I just tell people, find what works for you. There's no one way for everybody. Like whether it's human design, astrology, therapy, religion, like find
Well,
the things
all of
that
the
give
above.
you freedom. Or all of the above, right. Find the things that give you freedom. Find the things that make sense for you and help you to express yourself. And then use pieces of it. Like if you go look up what most will say about Sagittarius traits and energy, I'm like 95% of that shit, because I'm all fire, like a lot of fire in my chart, but just I'm talking about deeper than that. And and I keep getting people that ask me this, so we do actually need to put this on the list coming up as a topic, because I keep getting people asking for us to delve deeper into some of the spiritual stuff we be talking about and some of the ideas around energy and things. But yeah, so for me, I've sat with myself enough in reflection and deep diving to recognize I'm almost pure fire energetically. That's why, just to use a label, the Sagittarian energy really speaks to who I am, and it helps people understand me, right? That being said, whatever. Our last shout out for the night, I want to give a shout out to one of our other sponsors, Benny Mac, the local barber and comedian, or comedic narrator is the title that he uses. You can go to www.bennymac205.com. I'm gonna go and put it in the comments for you. He has some shows coming up, so make sure that you hit that link and get up in there. Okay, what I say? Yeah, I can't even write, y'all. I don't put the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. BennyMac205.com. So I just put that link up there. Make sure that you check him out. He's got some local shows. They also travel. I think he said he's bringing back the Recovering Whole tour at some point this year. So I'm excited for that, because it was really good a couple of years ago. With that being said, I did get a couple of text messages asking for Alicia's information. I will be passing it on if you are local, and they do ship. So there's that. Gypsy, what's the young lady with the spa services information?
A Lux esthetician.
What's her website?
ALUX, a Lux esthetician on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look that up to find her link. Okay, well, we'll make sure we share that next week. We do try to give a shout out to the people that rock with us. Lastly, what's up, your boy said? They also have a podcast on YouTube as well, so give him a shout out. Yes, man. Listen, I'm doing better. Listen, y'all don't judge him looking at me. Said is actually my trainer, but I've been out for the past year because y'all know I had surgery on both my hands and was having to go through all of that. Huh, man, I was going through. My body was like, we on revolt, bitch. But things are finally getting back together. But yes, if you're local, if you are local in the Birmingham area, make sure that you check him out. They have a podcast, Thoughts from Your Boy Said. No, Thoughts from Your Boy, I think is the podcast on YouTube. If you're still on here with us, said, let me know the name and I'll pop it on there correctly. Here's Benny Mac's website. Lastly, make sure that you like the channel and subscribe. Make sure that you like this video so that you can continue to come back and comment and keep up with us and share your thoughts. And also make sure that you hit that little arrow so that you can share and grab the link and tell other people, because I am thoroughly convinced that, baby, if you're not telling them about this, you don't really like them like that. I said what I motherfucking said. Okay, here it is. Thoughts from Your Boy podcast. I was close. Hey, I was close. I still got a little bit. Hey, okay. Got a little bit going on.
Good,
we're
come
gonna
on here.
We're gonna go there. Anyway, we love you. Thank you guys for being with us. Lastly, to wrap us up, I'm gonna say this. If you are Black and you are not living up under a rock, I know that you see everything that's going on politically. I know that you have seen a lot of the verdicts and the trial things that are coming up. And so I say this, feel your anger, feel your rage, feel all the emotions that come with it. Do not react. Get strategic and intentional. Okay, guys? Do not react. Get strategic and intentional. Spend your money wisely. Spend your energy wisely. Spend your time wisely. Don't get blustered up and big chested and react for a week and then give into the exhaustion and the fatigue. This is the long con. This is the long game. Okay, y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm saying what I'm saying without saying what I'm saying for a reason. That being said, keep rocking with us because we'll talk about it more as time goes on. But for right now, we're just trying to give you something funny, entertaining. We're trying to give you other things to think about so you don't give into the anger around all the other things that are going on. Y'all with me? Y'all understand what I'm saying? We love y'all. Thank you for being a part of our community, and we will see y'all next Monday. Good night, y'all. And what did Tevin Campbell say, y'all? What did Tevin Campbell say?
Audi 5000. Peace.
Hey.